Okay, so I've been recently rewatching the whole Child's Play Chucky franchise all over again so I could do a Chucky villain profile coming up. So I decided to check out another killer doll film. There's a bunch of them in the history of horror. Dead Silence, The Dummy, Night of the Living Dummy from Goosebumps, The Ventriloquist from Dead of Night, and Child's Play. There's even episodes on Tales from the Dark Side with killer dolls, and of course Puppet Master. This has a lot of the same feeling as Puppet Master. And also there was that late 70s Anthony Hopkins ventriloquist movie also. If you haven't seen that, look that up. It's a pretty decent movie. Anyway, this movie was 87. It kind of had like a Disney movie feel. But even though there was gore, enough gore to satisfy you, but the dolls don't start coming to life until 70% into the movie or so. The movie's only 77 minutes long. So let me go over the plot. Basically, the concept is they keep it simple in a traditional kind of horror sense. A group, a family, a small family with a daughter is stranded out in the middle of nowhere, and they end up at a old couple's mansion out in the middle of nowhere. They have kind of like a bread and breakfast style mansion, and some other guests, because there's a huge storm that night, so it gives the creepy old mansion good horror setting feel. And another set of guests come who are also stranded, and these are 80s stock characters to the T. Two punk rocker sluts from the late 80s. Didn't see it coming. Every movie, 87, 88, 89, guarantee has one punker bitch in it. You can't escape them. You can see their death coming from a mile away. Also, the main bitch in this movie, the little daughter's stepmother, who's self-centered, mean wench, basically. She gets attacked by the dolls first, and she ends up jumping out the window like the dog from Friday the 13th, the final chapter, and I'm like, what the I don't know what that was about. The dolls, they do it kind of like little porcelain dolls. I think the doll concept is so scary. It's one of my scare in like a subgenre of horror. Kind of like one of my favorites to watch is ventriloquist dummy dolls, Chucky. They're scary stories. And this one, the dolls kind of talk. I'm going to talk about a little bit of spoilers now. Basically, we learn that the dolls are former guests that have been cursed into living out their lives as the dolls. But the owners of the mansion, the old couple, they're not bad people, I guess. They only do it to the guests that they are bad people because they're witches, and they're performing witchcraft on the immoral guests. But then the dolls only kill people that are bad people. It doesn't make sense. It's like the dolls are bad people and they turn vigilantes for their mansion. I guess they curse them into being their minions and living out their lives and protecting the mansion as dolls. But if you're good, they let you go. It was like the 30-year-old fat guy. For a movie that's only 77 minutes long, it's got a lot of filler, and he's just doing slapstick physical comedy stumbling over things, being a hardcore fat idiot, and the little girl's just being a little girl. She's the only one that knows that the dolls are alive, of course. They play that angle. You see that in every doll movie, that no one believes them, except for the kid. And they try to get you to buy into the concept of the fat guy was young at heart or something, so they spared him and they saw his goodness. And it brought in the kid in you, the Peter Pan kind of story or something. Anyway, the two rock sluts that get killed, one of them gets turned into a doll. Probably the highlight of the whole film. That's really cool. The dolls are kind of like stop motion effects, kind of like similar to like Freddy Krueger in Dream Warriors, or when they make them claymation, kind of that, or like A Nightmare Before Christmas, Tim Burton stuff. And like, they don't really talk that much. They kind of like whisper like little bleeps incoherently. And the other slut gets killed by like nutcracker soldiers. So the dolls weren't as robotic as like in advance as like the Chucky puppet, which is a movie, Child's Play. They came out a year after this. Dolls came out in 1987. Child's Play came out in 1988, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. And the father of the little girl looked Oral Hershiser, if you know what I'm talking about. The Dodgers pitcher. See. And they still kind of take it seriously.
Said the father looks like Oral Hershiser.
The doll parts, but I don't know, it just has this light kind of tone to it. It isn't as cheesy and goofball as a lot of other late 80s movies, but it still has this kind of like Disney, like Hocus Pocus kind of feel to it. Anyway, that's my thoughts on the Dolls 1987. Tell me yours. This was JBM from VillainNews. Subscribe for horror movie reviews and upcoming horror movie discussions. I'm out.